After expressing his unwavering commitment to praying for the Roman believers, Paul transitions in verse 10, saying, "Making request, if by some means, now at last, I may find a way in the will of God to come to you." This verse reveals Paul's earnest desire to visit the believers in Rome, a longing he has consistently brought before God in prayer. Paul's request to visit the Roman Christians is deeply rooted in his apostolic mission and his love for the body of Christ. His longing to see them face to face demonstrates the importance of personal fellowship and the mutual encouragement that comes from being together in the faith. Paul's desire to visit Rome is not a mere personal wish, but a request he submits to God's will, indicating his dependence on divine guidance and sovereignty. He acknowledges that his plans and desires must align with God's will, showing his humility and submission to God's greater plan. The phrase, "If by some means now at last I may find a way," reflects Paul's persistence and hope that God will provide an opportunity for him to fulfill this desire. Despite the challenges and obstacles that have prevented him from visiting Rome thus far, Paul remains hopeful and continues to seek God's provision for this journey. This persistence in prayer highlights the importance of patience and trust in God's timing, especially when our desires align with his purposes. Paul's intention to visit the Roman believers is not solely for his benefit, but for theirs as well. He seeks to impart spiritual gifts, strengthen their faith, and be mutually encouraged by their shared faith. This underscores the reciprocal nature of Christian fellowship, where believers support, edify, and build one another up in the Lord. Verse 10 reveals Paul's heartfelt desire to visit the Roman believers, demonstrating his commitment to personal fellowship and mutual encouragement. His persistent prayer for an opportunity to visit them reflects his trust in God's will and timing. As believers, we can learn from Paul's example to persistently seek God's will in our desires and plans, to value personal fellowship with other believers, and to be mutually encouraged in our shared faith.